Fane's class next week.
How are you going to study for that?
I was just gonna look through my notebook.
Look over your notebook.
What?
You know you gotta study to make sure your brain actually knows it.
You gotta quiz yourself.
What is this test on, anyway?
Well, let's look at the review sheet and the learning targets. On atomic theory, it says, I can describe the structure of the atom and explain how this structure varies between the elements. How are we going to use this to study?
Yeah, how are we gonna find this out?
Well, you know, if you look in our notebooks, we got these assignments that are about the learning target. We got the atomic theory timeline summary, and we did these labs. We got this lab on the emission spectra, and the flame test lab.
Where's that interview?
Yeah, with Niels Bohr.
That wasn't boring.
Well, there's also the notes. We can check the notes.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what to study before we can quiz ourselves.
That's a good idea.
So, I get the whole learning target thing, but how did you know what to write on the flashcards?
Well, you know, the target was about the structure of the atom, so I just wrote a flashcard for every different part of the atom, like the proton or the neutron, and then how it related to overall structure on the back. And then I knew there was different models, so I wrote a flashcard for every model, so I could tell the difference between the models that describe the structure.
Yeah, and I went through and I looked at all the notes and the assignments and the analysis questions and picked out what was important and just put those on the card.
We got all the information
Got
in our
the answers
notebooks,
back.
we just have to make cards to help us study.
Wow.
Okay, I've studied my note card, so bring it on.
All right.
Don't look.
Where are the protons located in the atom?
In the nucleus.
Yes, you got it.
Yes, baby!
All right, this one's a doozy. What's the difference between the valence electrons and the total number of electrons that an atom has?
The valence electrons are the outer electrons, the ones on the outside shell.
And the total number of electrons?
They're the ones, that's the total number of electrons that the element has.
Nailed it! Okay, see if you can get this one, smarty pants. According to the quantum mechanical model, where are the electrons located? I knew I was going to get on this one.
I don't know the answer to that one. I don't have that in my note cards. Do you have that in your note cards?
I just happen to.
Can I borrow your notes so I can make my note cards better, I guess?
What page are you on in your notebook? Or like after what activity did you talk about this?
So, I'm feeling still a little underprepared, but, I mean, we gotta go home. What can I do at home?
Yeah, you know, and also like some stuff that's going to be on Fane's test. Like he writes hard tests, and you know, it's not something you can study with a note card.
You know, some things that I like to do is write songs or make acronyms to help me study a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think that if I write out some questions, like test questions and stuff, I could practice writing the answers.
Well, I'd like to draw, maybe like for my biology class, maybe drawing it out, like the cycles and stuff.
Yeah, and I know Fane's going to ask us about those scientists and from the atomic timeline activity, so I'm going to go out and write practice answers to that question. I know it's going to be on the
That's a
test.
good
That's a really good idea.
I think I got it though.
we'll
I
get
think
back
I did
to
a
that.
really
I
good
can't
job.
Wait to get it back.
Hey, good afternoon. It's good to see everyone. First, I got a corny joke for you. What kind of muffins does the ghost like?
Oh,
Corn muffins?
Blueberry muffins. Well, the first thing I want to do today is pass back your test.
I'm
and
embarrassed for him.
fiance, you did pretty good on this. A lot better than recently. It shows. You've been using some new study techniques, haven't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. And Cy, not bad, not bad. Alright. And Justin? You're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
awesome. Of course. T-Swift.
Oh,
Swift, boy.
Nice.
Great.
Song about this.
Awesome.